Hey, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Ty Shine, aka coldlabz on social media. So in this video, I want to talk to y'all about two things. The first thing I want to talk about is being a younger man and dating an older woman. You know, I've done it before, so I have my horror stories. You know, I'm messing with y'all. I'm not gonna say horror stories, but I have done this, and I know how this turns out sometimes. Everybody's predicament isn't always the same. And the second thing I want to talk about is somebody else's experience that they share with me. They said I was welcome to talk about it, so I will. So let's get to my experience. You know, so this how it went down. First, I met this woman on Facebook and everything. She's a cool woman, but me being who I am, I gotta be skeptical. So I go looking through her photos and looking at the years and the dates and stuff in the comments, you know, and I realized, like, dang, this girl got some years on me. Maybe she's like 10 to 12 years older than me, but me being a dude, I care less. I'm not trying to wife you up or nothing. I'm just trying to see what I can get. You know, I'm trying to dust her off and send her home like any other woman. A woman is a woman to me, you know. So after that, I actually got her number. And then I proceeded to, you know, take her out on a date. So this is where everything started going crazy. So once I actually got to get her on a date, like I said, I live in Ohio, so it's a blizzard outside, and I'm in the driveway just waiting. I call her and say, hey, I'm outside. She said, okay. And I sit there for like 10 minutes. I'm like, man, what is going on? What's taking her so long to come out? Why ain't you coming out this house? I told you I was here. I texted you. You still getting dressed. You should have been ready when you know that the date was set. You know, so eventually she came out 20 minutes later. Then she said, I was waiting for you. I said, yeah, I've been out here waiting too. She said, no, you supposed to walk over to the door, then open the door, ring the doorbell, and escort me back to the car. I'm thinking like, what the heck, since that made, look, it's a blizzard outside. You didn't even shovel your steps. You really think I'm getting out my car to walk up them unshoveled steps in my tennis shoes to come get you? No, you come down here. I told you I was here, so why are you sitting there wasting time? 20 extra minutes when you should have been in this car, because I'm outside right now, so she should have been out here. You know, so we get in the car, then she told me, as a man, you're supposed to know these type of things, you know, so that kind of bothered me a little bit. After that, we went to the spot to, this is a place, I ain't gonna, what was it? I think it was a place called Mayfield Heights, you know, so we go up here in Mayfield and everything to the spot that no longer exists. And I pull her chair out once we get inside there, and then she just stood there. And after that, I pulled my chair out and I sat down because she just still standing there. I'm like, she said, as a man, you're supposed to wait till a woman sit down before you sit down, you know. So said the same thing again. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with this woman, you know? So we talking, and as we're talking, she's sitting there. It seems like she's trying to school me on how to be a man and everything. And what I started noticing is that I don't like somebody trying to teach me on how I have to be a man, you know. If anything, if anybody gonna teach me how to be a man, I would prefer it not come from somebody I'm dating. I would rather it come from any other source. It can be a woman, but it won't be her. It could be a man, but it won't be her. Anybody but the person you date. And no man wants to hear you say, well, here a woman says, as a man, you're supposed to do this. Like, look, what I got from her is that she was trying to son me. If y'all know what somebody son you means, it means that they're looking at you as if you are a little boy. I'm out here trying to take you out on a date and do some romantic stuff to see what I can get out of this, and you sitting there trying to teach me on how to be a man. It was unacceptable. So I took her back to her place and everything, and she said some like, yeah, you seem a little timid and all this and that. I'm looking like, you know, me doing my research, I'm looking like, I don't know what the heck timid means. So, you know, after the date's over and everything, I give her I just give her a hug and everything, because I wasn't even feeling at that point. But I did do my research to see what timid meant. But when she did all them things, man, it's the first time that ever bothered me, because I never had nobody try to teach me like I was a son. Like, even my own mother didn't never try to son me and say, as a man, you should do this. No man should be hearing that from anyone he's trying to date, you know. So that's my experience, my horror story for dating an older woman. So if you don't want to have to go through that same thing, be mindful of how a woman talks to you and conducts herself. If she's going to talk to you as if you are a boy, you might want to be mindful of how the date is going to turn out. Otherwise, you just waste your money like any other person. That's how I feel in that moment, because I wasn't going back out with her. So let me get to this person's message that they sent me. It says, hey bro, good afternoon. Well, good afternoon to you, man. It says, question, I was out in town and I saw this chick, so I got my courage up and walked up to her. That's good, man, because I saw this research that's out here that says that men between the age of 18 to what was that, 45 or something. Only about 50% of them have ever reported a woman in real life, and you know, that kind of sucks because it's a lot of women out here trying to find a dude and everything. So let me get back. It says she looked. Well, yeah, it said I was out in town. I saw the chick, so I got the courage to walk up to her. She looked good, so somehow we got on the topic of age, and she was like 10 years older than me. What Pretty Ricky say? Age ain't nothing but a number, man. To some extent, though. And then it says. Eventually, after talking to her, she gave me her number, but, well, congratulations, but kept saying I was young. What did it say? But kept saying I was young and not ready for a woman like her. So this right here is what I say when women and men try to qualify each other. So when a woman is talking about something, you're not ready, that's her trying to say, oh, you may not be ready to talk to her and everything. In this predicament, she was saying this because of your age range. She feeling like, oh, you might not be mature enough to talk to me. But the thing is, maturity doesn't come with an age. I know a lot of people 50, 60, 70 years old, 80 years old, and these people is the most immature people you can ever meet. So if somebody tell you that they're immature and they know better than you because they're older, then that's just foolish talking. That's dinosaur talk, man. Don't listen to none of that junk, man. Anybody can be a fool. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. Anybody can be a simp. So in the end, this whole you're not ready for her, that's a qualifying factor, man. And with it, you still got her number, so you passed the BS nonsense test, so that don't even matter. Like, don't let nobody sit there and try to use that crap on you. You say, how would you go from here with her? Well, seeing that she's a woman, I'm gonna do the exact same thing I do with any other woman, you know, give her some time, you know, and I typically text a woman my name or something and leave it at that and see if she respond back or say, okay, or hey, this is whatever, Jessica, whatever the name it might be, Sierra or Michelle, whatever it might be. I'm gonna see if she respond. But she don't respond, then hey, it'll chunk it as a loss. Like, she ain't making an effort, because I'm not about to sit there and go too far on my way if the interest isn't being reciprocated. But in your predicament, when it comes to her, how I would actually handle her on a date or with any other woman, I would treat her like any other woman. You know, I'm trying to get in there, dust her off, and send her home. She ain't the girl I'm trying to really be with. I mean, maybe you want to be with an older woman. Me, I'm looking for whatever I'm looking for and everything in that moment and at that time. So if you want to do that and pursue that, then you got to treat her like any other woman you will ever treat. And I also want to add one last thing that I feel like could be a use for this video. Number one, the age gap. When you have an age gap with somebody, that could definitely potentially cause a problem and everything, you know. So one of the things you may experience that, say for example, you actually go out with them or you go hang out with their family members. You either gonna be the older person or the younger person in the room, but you may not even fit in with that, you know. So number two, the generational gap. This is something I experienced, you know, when I say about the whole woman talking about you supposed to open doors as a man, all this and that. Look, I wasn't raised to have to do all this extra stuff that, you know, they done back in the 70s or the 80s or whatever it was, you know, whatever the age gap that's there. In my era, we don't have to do certain things, so therefore we're not accustomed to certain things. I'm not saying I don't open doors for women, but when you telling me how to be a man, that's gonna cause a problem, because that's not your job. Like I said before, that generational gap might cause them to start thinking that they're gonna son you and you don't want to be son. Number three, them having health issues. Imagine if you are dating an older person and, you know, everything's good and handy and dandy and stuff right now, but if they get older and older, as they get older, they start developing health issues, and now not only are you their lover, you're also their care provider. You know, they provide and everything when they need help, so you might have to help them with a cane, help them to medical appointments and stuff like that. Maybe you're not ready for that, but maybe you are, you know. So other than that, this your boy Ty Shine, Cold Labz, and I'm out.